Wow, this thing's all messed up. Hi, Volcom. How you doing? I think my OBS is on. Wow, this thing's all messed up. Hi, Volcom. 1 second, guys. OBS is crashing on me. So let's get rid of OBS. So no OBS today, guys. So maybe now I'm just what is going on with Hangouts? Okay, there we go. That's right now. Let's go back here. Go back to OBS. Save. There we go. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? So let's get our guest up here. We have Lawrence Miller coming today. Lawrence Miller is a highly successful bass angler. So let me go send him a link. So many things, so many places to go, so little time to do it. So how's everyone doing? I can't see the chat right now, but so let's let it fill up a little bit while I invite our guest. We're a minute late. I don't know. Everything is running slowly. Is everyone else's internet running really, really slow today? Hey, how's everyone doing? I'll go through and I'll do a roll call in a second. As I wait for Facebook to load up, I can send him his message. Actually, I'll just do it now as I wait. Let's see who all we have here today. So in here right now, we have Andrew Fisherman, Size Detecting. Hi, Dad. Heaven's Gates Cherry Farm, MD Outdoors, Noemi Daniel, not there yet. Volcom. Wow. Seriously. And West Haven, always and forever. So let's see. There we go. Facebook's wanting to mess up. Everything is messed up today, guys. Let's try a different way. There we go. Oh, where's he at? Okay, there we go. He's wanting to send. What the is going on with everything? Does anyone else have problems with all the servers? Let's try this again. Boom. There we go. So let's do it this way. I'll add him to his email. Oh. Yeah, everything is a little bit messed up today, guys. I'm sorry. Hey, McKay Outdoors is in here. Bars Guitar Guy Annex. How you doing? Let's do this here. Let's send this off this way too. And our guest should be up here very shortly. So how is everyone doing today? I gotta try to figure out everything that's going on with this here. Hey, how you doing, Lawrence? You found that's pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So now turn on your camera and you'll be up here with everyone else. We're here to talk bass fishing today, guys.
Cool.
So how long have you been bass fishing for?
Oh boy. been a long. Let's see. Probably bass fishing. Well, I've been bass fishing tournaments probably around 15 years.
And what's your favorite technique to go fishing on?
My favorite technique is probably jig.
Jig? Awesome. Football jig or
Well, football jig if I'm near rocks or gravel, but normally it's just a regular casting jig or swim jig is probably my favorite.
so do you like the chatterbait?
Yes, I do, but I have more confidence when it's cooler water temps with a chatterbait.
Awesome. So we're getting ready to get our ice melted off up here in Michigan finally, aren't we?
Yeah, finally.
How much ice do you guys still have out there? We have probably about 36 inches still.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't ice fish, but I'm still seeing ice on the smaller lakes. I haven't really been to any bigger lakes yet, but
Yeah, and I know eventually it's all going to come off, and up here, then we go into the spaces for pre-spawn. So, what is your favorite? Do you like fishing out a kayak or a regular boat?
a right boat. Pretty much. I don't have a kayak, and I just feel like I'd want to get up and move. But I like standing and moving, so that's kind of why I like boats. Um, but yeah, you know I think pre-spawn probably jig or crankbait. Whatever I can catch them on. Usually, I'll have 10, 11, 12 rods on my deck, and I'll just keep fishing until I what they're biting on.
Yeah, and I think that's the best thing to do. And I think one of the things that we do as bass anglers is try to find a pattern. With all your experience, how do you find your patterns?
How do I find my patterns? Well, I just kind of cycle through. I kind of think about the temperature, the water temperature, think about the weather, and then I just go looking for them. If the lake has a nice main point, or if you're on a river where there's current, then I'll use that to kind of set up where I'm going to start fishing. Um, main points main points are usually really good attractors, but of course, also, there's got to be some good cover. And of course, if I find bait fish, then I'm looking to see if there's bass anywhere near the bait fish.
Hey, at the top of your screen, there's a camera right there. If you hit that camera, like you'll come onto the screen.
Can't off.
It's up there. There's like a microphone, and then right next to it is turn off camera. If you hit that one, it should turn your camera on.
There you go. How's that?
That's a lot better. Now we can actually see you.
Yeah. Sorry.
So when you're getting out and so you're a power fisherman, would you call yourself a power fisherman?
I would, yes. I don't like to go very long.
Okay, quick trivia question for you. By looking at the lake in my background, which lake is that?
Which is that? Oh boy, that's a tough one.
I
There's not really much to go on.
know. It's one of the best smallmouth lakes in the state.
Lake St. Clair?
Oh, close. That's Hubbard Lake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You ever fished Hubbard Lake? Because most tournament anglers have fished Hubbard Lake at least once.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Yeah, you're kind of like on the opposite side of the state of me.
Right.
So what's your best bass fisheries over there?
Oh boy, there's so many of them that are good, but there the one that I like the most, which can have some off days too. There's a kind of a small lake. It's Fish Lake. It's over by Sturgis. Well, it's in between Sturgis and Centerville, and that's what I like the most. It's got some really good points, and we've done really well there. I've had some good days, had some bad days, but some really good days there.
If you had a choice between largemouth and smallmouth, what would you fish for?
Oh, that's probably small. Um,
Yeah, spoken just like a true Michigander. Smallmouth for a game, isn't it?
right.
Let's see here. Let me play the audio here a little bit.
Okay.
So I know you have so much experience, and I know you absolutely love to bass fish. So tell me about your favorite techniques of jigging. You like to swim them. Do you ever find what do you use for your trailers?
Trailers. I like there's a zipper craw is probably what I use the most. It's kind of a crawfish. Um, and it depends. A lot of times I'll use a swim bait or a salty shad, which Case Plastics makes. It's a lot like a fluke, but the taste is a little bit different, and it gives it a little more swimming action.
I want to say hi to Volclab down here. Said hi to me. We have Beer Hookus just came in. We have a lot of really good bass anglers in the actual chat down here.
Oh, cool.
And does anyone have a link to? Do you have a YouTube channel?
Not yet.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't give you a link to a YouTube channel. It doesn't exist. But I can give you his Twitter page. I'll do it at the end of the interview, guys. Yeah, and I know you've been fishing tournaments for so long, and there's so many questions. If you have someone new out there just fishing their first tournament, what would you tell them to do?
Well, if they know how to do a drop shot, I would say drop shot. You can get probably the most bites. On really slow days with less wind, I would say then a wacky rig is really a way to really catch a lot of fish. For a beginner, that's how I learned was wacky rig, and I think that's why I start now.
See, I always start off my tournament day with a KVD dog with the yellow and silver one, and I'll walk those along the drops, and because I always try to get my kicker fish first thing in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I think that's when tournaments are won or lost, or in the morning.
Definitely.
Is that wind still blowing? No, it's not wind blowing here at all today, Dad. Are you talking about when you're fishing a drop shot? Yes, I'll fish a drop shot when the wind's blowing. But then I like wind blown points.
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely. And if the wind's really blowing, I like throwing a crankbait.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna give you a heads up if the super chat comes through here, things go crazy. So
okay.
Don't like getting scared. But okay, so yeah, crankbaits are excellent baits, and those are get up and move me baits. And I think my favorite thing to do is use crankbaits and locate schools of bass, and then I'll pull down and fish with my drop shot.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So do you like dragging your jigs on the points, or do you hop them most of the time?
I usually probably start out a lot of times dragging, but if they're not biting it, then I'll start hopping it. And then also it depends on weather. The windier it is, then I probably will do more of a hop or more action. I drag out. If it's windy and the like if I was on St. Clair as a co-angler, we did lots of dragging. So it just depends. But sometimes you just drag either a jig or a tube when things aren't going well, and man, sometimes that can really fire it up.
So, what is the highest level you've ever fished? And hi, A&J Outdoors is in the house, guys.
What's the highest what?
What's the highest level tournaments you've ever fished?
Highest level, the Michigan BFLs as a co-angler is the highest level.
Yeah, and at that level, how do you feel you being a co-angler? Was it a disability? Did it give you how did you work it as a co-angler? I don't think a lot of people understand how to be a co-angler.
How to be a co-angler? Well, you're riding on someone else's boat, and then you have to go where they go. So it can be really tough if they're not on the fish. But it seems like I was pretty fortunate. There's always guys that are on the fish. Some obviously are better than others, and I've had some really good days. There was one time we were drifting on Lake St. Clair, and we probably had 45 minutes or so that they were just biting like crazy. Then all of a sudden the wind stopped, and we had no bites for like the last 2 hours. And then it got really bad when there's no bites. It gets really boring really fast with no wind.
Yeah, one thing which I don't think co-anglers understand is don't bring a whole tackle arsenal. Personally,
Right.
for me, it's 3 poles and 1 box of tackle.
Right. And I always take too much. But that's one thing I always try to do is just keep trying to downsize more and more on what I can take. Yeah.
I want to talk about downsizing. This year I'm fishing kayak tournaments, and you talk about having a downsize.
I bet.
I still get 6, 7 poles, but you get about a tenth of a tackle I'm used to taking. And that's just all pre-fishing and knowing what you need to do that day.
Right. Yeah, I really struggle with downsizing because I always want every color. I always want every style of bait. I really have a hard time saying, "Oh, not this one."
Yeah, I agree with you, Buzz Guitar Annex. He said, when fishing gets slow down, break out crunchy Cheetos and a Coke, and think for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But okay, but I know when fishing slows down for me, I always try not to be using anything close to what the front angle is using, because a lot of times you're in the back of the boat, and if he's up there using a drop shot, I'm using something completely different.
Right. Yep. And that's why if he's just drop shot, I'm usually dragging a tube, or if he's cranking, then I'll be drop shotting. Because you do want something different because he's going to be getting one type of, one fish, that's active, and then the other ones. There was one time on Lake Erie, I had a boat. He 7 casts in a row. He caught fish. I did net 7 in a row. It really kind of disrupts my fishing when that happens.
Oh yeah, but you have to be happy when your front angler is catching fish. At least you know where the fish are.
Right. And then you're really happy when they tell you cast right over there. Then you get happy, right?
Well, a lot of times it's figuring out exactly what he's doing up front and then trying to not mimic it, but do it differently and trying to get fish that he's missing.
Right, definitely.
I know being a co-angler, I guess co-angler is a lot different than having a partner.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm partner fishing, I'll have a buzzbait running in the front. Me up in the front, I'd be throwing a buzzbait, with him having a drop shot ready to go after the fish that missed the short strikes.
Oh yeah. Yep. When you have a partner, then you're working together, and consulting each other, and a lot of times, like if it's a lake where we think fishing docks are going to win it, he'll be fishing the docks, and I'll be fishing either weed beds or to the side, or I'll be fishing on a break line, depending on what the lake is like. But
you know something on docks I think a lot anglers miss? I think they miss the pontoons.
Oh yeah.
Because you gotta remember a lot of times, and I don't mean skipping up underneath the pontoon. Aim where the engine's at. Because a lot of times, year after year, they put the boat in the same exact spot, and it blows out the bottom there and makes a little deep ditch right there in that one spot, and that's where a lot of times your big bass are gonna sit.
Oh right, definitely. I'm always doing that. I'm always dropping right under the propeller, whether it's intentional or accidental.
See, a lot of times, depending on how clear the lake is, I'll pitch them up. I'll pitch my drop shot right there, and right to where I know that propeller's been, and I'll just sit there and wiggle.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It's one of the best ways I have found to catch, and those are usually the bigger fish on the dock. Honestly,
a lot of times, yeah.
So another thing what you can do when you're dock fishing is tuning your crankbaits.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Are you like me? Do you usually have 2 crankbaits on your deck of the same color?
The same color? I don't usually have 2 the same color.
Yeah, I'll usually have one that's tuned to run right and one that's tuned to run left. So on the right side of the dock, I'll pitch up and have the left running one for it's running into the poles. And then when I get to the other side of the dock, I'll drop my rod, pick up the other one, and cast it there, and still have it running into the poles on the other side.
Oh. No, see, I haven't done that.
Hey, good morning, Stanley Orchard's in the house, guys. So is this your first time live?
Yes, it is.
You're doing a really good job.
Well, thank you.
So what kind of flipping stick do you use?
I have an Ardent heavy with a fast tip, extra fast tip.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I use. I use St. Croc's flipping stick, and I use a fast reel. You can't beat yeah. You want something fast, and you really want to be able to pull them out there. So I live in the northeastern part of the state. Have you been up here bass fishing?
No, I haven't there. Well, no, I haven't bass fishing. I did a show for one of my sponsors up at Charlevoix, uh, but I haven't been. I wanted to go up at Burton Mullet, but
Oh, Burton Mole, that's an excellent fishery. I recommend going up there. And while you're coming up this way, if you have the time, make sure you hit Hubbard Lake.
Hubbard Lake, yeah,
And I can say that, and a lot of people, you know about Hubbard Lake.
yeah,
I can tell by the way you're shaking your head.
yeah.
I mean, it's not uncommon to get 5-pound smallmouth out there.
Right.
And then they get a lot bigger in there. I've seen them 8.5, 9 pounds.
Yeah.
So who are your sponsors? You keep mentioning your sponsors. You gotta give them some recognition, of course.
Yep. Ardent Outdoors, which rods and reels. Fishing Complete, which makes all the soft plastics. So the case plastics and zipper worm, and the Owaki tool. Those are Fishing Complete. Then also Fish Allure. If you've heard of those, they've got a little tab that's water activated that gives a scent off. You stick it on your crankbaits or on your weights. And those are really cool because they only give off the scent when they're wet. So you can make it last longer when you're not fishing. Also picked up Vicious Line this year.
Oh, some really good sponsors.
Yeah. I also picked up Hydrowave also. I haven't bought one yet. I need to get one on my boat this year for sure.
Yeah, and do you understand how the Hydrowave works?
Do I understand? Yeah. You mean as far as sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of gives off that little tiny electronical zap that goes through the water and kind of mimics different bait fishes. Up here, a great one is like golden shiners or emerald shiners.
Yep. I did talk to someone a couple of years ago at a lake, and he was telling me that you got to be really careful because it not only attracts bass but it attracts pike too.
Oh yeah.
So you don't want to just run it full blast all the time because then the pike will move in. You won't catch any more bass.
I've noticed that when I'm bass fishing, a lot of times I'll catch a pike in a grass bed and I'll quit fishing that grass bed instantly and go to the next one.
Right. Definitely.
Yep. And we have some huge pike up here, especially in my area. I mean, we have such good bass fishing. It's kind of a secret, this little part of the state where I'm at.
Well, I find that lakes where a lot of big bass or a lot of big pike, you'll find a lot bigger bass.
Oh yeah, that's because the ecosystem is supporting those bigger fish.
Right.
If you go to a spot that's supporting 40-inch pike, that means there's enough food for that fish to grow 40 inches, and everything else probably has the same amount of food.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
So, are you ready for the season?
I'm anxious. I don't have it yet, but I had to get through some things this year, and then now I get to focus on getting my tackle ready and my rods and reels ready, and do my inventory and change my hooks and stuff like that. So,
what's your favorite hooks?
Katana.
Katana is.
Yeah. I bought. I think I've got enough to get me through the whole season. I've got a whole bunch sitting there waiting to go. So.
Yeah, I buy my hooks by the case.
Yeah. Definitely cheaper that way.
A little bit cheaper. Is that, man, I absolutely love bass fishing up here, and I'm one of those guys. I'll fish fast, I'll fish slow, and I do it all from a kayak. I'll cover a lot of ground, especially if you have a paddle kayak. You'll
Yeah.
cover 8-9 miles of ground. I know when you're a bass boat, you're probably covering a lot more than that. But
Great.
in this part of the state, or most of the places, if you can cover 8-9 miles in a day, you've done really good.
Wow. Yeah.
What kind of fish do you? What kind of boat do you fish from?
Well, I have just a really old bass tractor, aluminum bass tractor, for when I'm fishing myself. Then I ride on when my partner fishes. Pretty nice. He has a Ranger, kind of a little bit older Ranger that we fish out of.
Awesome, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
So you in your local club tournaments. You ever thought about moving up to the next level, to the pro level?
Man, I really want to, but I got to make sure I do it right because I got to have the money to be able. So,
Yeah.
well, it'll take a little bit of time, I think. Hopefully, I can. But when I fish the BFLs, it just um, it takes a lot of money, and it's not just the entry fees. It's the food and the gas and the hotel rooms. So I got to plan, make some more money first, and get some money saved up. So.
So besides the jig, if you have to, do you have a go-to bait that if nothing else is working, you're gonna throw?
Yeah, nothing else is working. It's kind of like I don't know if you ever heard Jimmy Houston talk, but if he's not catching fish, he just loves to cast. So so usually I'll just throw my jig, my swim jig. Around here, the swim jig works better because they goes through the weeds better. So that's what I'll throw a lot of times, and I'll just cast and let it get to the bottom and just kind of pop it a couple times and slowly reel it back.
Yeah, if nothing else is working for me, I pick up a number 9 Rapala,
Oh yeah.
black and white. That is my confidence bait.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go. I'll just run the lake to log the log the log the log.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When you're fishing Lake St. Clair, do you have any problems with the border?
Problems with what?
With the border with Canada and Lake St. Clair?
Oh, I don't usually worry about it. I let the boater worry about it. I usually have like I'll have my driver's license with me and my birth certificate. So as far as me goes, I usually have an Ontario fishing license also.
Yeah, it's just knowing where you can and cannot go.
Right. Oh yeah,
If you don't
definitely.
have that Ontario fishing license, it's just, especially knowing where that line is, and that line's pretty well marked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're using a drop shot and you had to pick one plastic to put on there, which plastic would you carry with you?
I think it would be a case plastic Wilson. Um, it's just a 3.5 inch worm that I've caught. I don't know how many fish off from. And if it's like really clear, then I like just the smoke color. And if it's a little bit darker or cloudy, then I like the watermelon color.
Yeah, my if nothing else is working for me, and if I'm fishing a drop shot, I will put on a Northland Leech
Oh yeah,
head hook, and I find a lot of times that is the key. Up here, they like those leeches.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
See, this is pretty fun. We're getting to compare notes here,
Yeah,
fishing different areas of the state, and when you're preparing to fish a new lake that you've never fished before, how do you do it?
I usually check out the map line. I'll look at the DNR, the Michigan DNR lake maps first usually. Um, then I look at either a Navionics or Fishidy or something like that to see if there's any different additional information. and then a lot of times I'll look at Google Maps to see if I can, see like where lily pads are, or see if I can see any points or shallow spots, that way.
Yeah, that's a great way, and I like buying these.
Oh, that good old gold. That really helps me find the boat ramp too.
Finds the boat ramp, it lets you see the points and everything from there. And then I'll go to after I look at there, read through the lake information on there. I then go to Google Maps. That's my route, and then that helps me nail it down a little bit more.
And also DNR, you can find out a lot of times, like if they stock the lake with something, whether it be trout or other species and stuff too.
Yeah, I find it when they're stocking the lake with trout that the bass fishing usually isn't too good.
Yeah, because they're not hungry.
They're not hungry. Plus, a lot of times when they do that, they'll poison off the lake, especially some smaller lakes. Do you prefer to fish deep water or shallow water?
I kind of go where the fish are. I'm kind of more of in between. I like break lines, 10, 15 feet. That way I can kind of fish shallow or deep and see where they're at. But I do like deep if I've got a good graph. And so on my boat, I like it better with a little bit deeper.
I like to fish the feeding flats in the morning, and then I'll move to feeder systems. I'll look for transition points. I'll look for where creeks are running in along the into those areas. Oh, here comes our first super chat. Good morning, not there yet. Booyah! Thank you for that $5 super chat. They just took over the stream, boss. Where is my alert? Oh, buried. I want to thank you guys for that $5 super chat. So there we go.
I'm so good at pretending. Keep on smiling in my tiny bubble.
I want to thank you for that $5 super chat once again. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to get Ashlyn on? Yeah, there is a slight learning curve to all that, and I totally agree with you on that. So, okay, so how about you? Do you have any questions for me?
Boy, I don't know.
Let's reverse the roles a little bit.
You kind of caught me off guard with that. I wasn't expecting to ask you any questions.
Oh, you can ask me questions. You can pick my brain. I've been picking yours.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of my background. I've been bass fishing my whole entire life, so I got over 30 years experience. I've been fishing tournaments for over 20 years.
You fish mostly out of kayak, or do you fish out of boat also?
I like to fish. I'm just transitioning over.
Okay.
I haven't fished too many tournaments up here, but I fished tournaments in Texas, New Mexico. I fished tournaments in Tennessee, North and South Carolina. I have traveled the country fishing.
Oh. So is there any certain state or lake favorite?
My favorite lake to fish, honestly, is either Alcona Pond in Michigan or Hubbard Lake. And there's the tributaries of the Asavo River. I'll put a kayak in, and I'll go up and catch those huge largemouth that are coming out of Lake Huron.
I've heard they've got huge smallmouth in Lake Huron too.
Oh yeah, they have absolutely monsters in there. I have caught lots of those off the pier of in Harrisville. I'll go up there and I'll cast along into their pilings, and I'll catch fish there. And welcome, Triple Tail TV.
What's your favorite way to catch bass?
My favorite way, it depends on the time of the year and the time of the day, but if I have nothing else is working, I'll be fishing a drop shot, or I'll be fishing a topwater bite somewhere, either with the KVD dog, and I'll fish that over 30 feet of water, or a Rapala. Up here in Michigan, a lot of people don't realize the water is so clear that they can see it, the top of the water in 30 feet of water, so it's no different than fishing on the bottom.
Yep.
I'll get some of those crazy looks at me when I'm out there throwing top water in 30 feet of water. You wouldn't believe kind of crazy looks I get.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
Have you ever tried using top water in deep water?
I think I have in 20, 25 feet. But it's got to be really clear lake. We have such a variety around here. You can have a really, really clear lake, and then you can have a really muddy lake.
Yeah. It's like if you go to Hubbard Lake in the summertime, be prepared to be able to see the bottom in 40 feet of water.
Yeah.
You can drive around slowly and pick your smallmouth out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you fish for any other species besides bass?
Usually I'm always trying to fish bass. Now, if I've got some kids with me, then I might send them out for bluegill. But typically, like we have a lake called Quarry Lake that there's a lot of really small. You can keep them at 10-inch bass, and so there's a lot of little bass in there. It's almost like taking a kid fishing for bluegill. They'll catch a lot of bass out there.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
You throw a drop shot out there, and every now and then they'll look for a tournament, and it's usually everybody can come in with a limit then, because 10 inches you can keep.
Yeah, but if you're getting like 10-inch bass weighs about 10 ounces.
Right.
Catch one good bass out there, you win the tournament.
That's right. And I have done that before. Come in with one that was almost 4 pounds, and that one fish was more about everybody's bags.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you're in a kayak tournament, you wouldn't have won that tournament.
Yeah.
Because they go by inches.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So, my guest is from Michigan.
Yep. From Three Rivers, Michigan.
Yeah, and one thing which is in the kayak tournaments, which makes them it's a whole entire different ball game.
Yeah.
Because when you're fishing out of the kayak, you're going by, like, you can catch 5-10 inches, and someone can catch a 10-pounder. And guess what? He's still the person that caught the 10-inch bass, but still won the tournament.
Yeah. Yep. So how do you keep track of that? You just have to write it down?
Well, they use TourneyX, the app. You take a picture of it on your board. It stamps your board with the GPS coordinates and a timestamp with date and time.
Oh, okay.
And then the whole thing, that it culls all the fish for you. You don't have to worry about culling. So it's one picture, you're done. And a lot of times it's 5 fish is your limit, and it's your 5 longest fish.
Wow.
So down there, when do you guys find the spawn takes place? Because it's probably about a week before ours, I'm assuming.
Right. And it really varies depending on the weather, but typically it's like April. I know there was one time when it was really cold. I think it was like May. There's actually, I think, first week in June one time we had a tournament that'll spawn. I didn't think it. I wasn't expecting it to be spawned. Then I started catching them and go, wait a minute. There was one right over there on that spot. And I got it out and turned out to be a really good day.
Hey, that'd be absolutely awesome. Not there yet if you came up to Northeast Michigan. But if you're going to be in Western Michigan, I don't know what part of Western Michigan you are. It's quite a haul if you're in Southwest Michigan to Northeast Michigan.
Right. Yeah. I think it's like probably would be like 4-hour drive.
Yep. 4 hours is about what it take. Depends.
Yeah.
I think that way a lot of people would cheat, and the Reds terms all the kayak because of slots. So on a typical tournament day, how many guys are in your club? How many boats are there?
The Thursday night, we usually have anywhere from probably 15, 16. Sometimes we even have as many as 25. But it's been closer to like probably between 15 and 20 last year. So.
No, that's not bad. What place did you take last year?
I think we were like 9th or 10th for the season, but then we won the Classic last year, which was out at Paw Paw Lake.
Yeah, I know you haven't made any trips up this way. Have you ever heard of Fletcher's Pond?
I might have heard of it. I don't remember who. I think I've heard of that Fletcher's Pond.
Oh yeah, they have some huge largemouth in there,
Mm.
and they have the Hodgehog there every year, and that's a huge tournament.
Wow.
So I want to thank you for coming today, and it was awesome having you up here. We got to learn a lot more about you. And do you have any last questions for me? And then we'll take we'll take questions from the audience.
I don't think I have any more questions for you that I can think of.
And it was awesome having you here today. I want to thank you for coming. Does anyone have any questions for our guest today? Nope, I don't think so. So I want to thank you. I'm going to let you go here, and I'm going to continue the show. And if you want to come onto the YouTube, and you can check this out. And if you come here after you start up your channel, you will grow really fast. Cool. I want to thank you for coming.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It was good talking bass fishing with you.
Yeah, I always want to talk bass.
Okay, maybe we'll have you up here again sometime.
Okay.
Maybe I'll let you come up here and interview some of the other people I've interviewed on here. I have some FLW pros I interview on here a lot of times, and I've interviewed. I have an MLS pro coming on.
Cool.
So I want to thank you for coming.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was absolutely awesome having Lawrence here today, guys. I wanted to talk some tournament fishing. I'm picking up different levels for you guys to hear their perspectives, along with mine and the pros. So is this something you guys are interested in hearing? Some amateur fishermen talk, amateur tournament fishers talk along with the pros. And beyond, Rent, how are you doing? Yeah, I know. When it's 10K on the table, you see the worst in all people. I'll be right back, guys. Need a drink. Well, weird. Definitely make commercials. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, are you guys enjoying today's show? So, we have room up here. Who wants to come up here and be on the panel with me? Oh, thank you. Not there yet, and you're gonna be you're now the stream boss, so you're gonna be up there for a while until we get a next donation. Yeah, all kayak tournaments are catch, photo, and release. So who wants to come up on panel today, guys? That'd be absolutely awesome to have another person up here. Yeah, Triple T, Tail TV, those bigger tournaments, I'm sure people try to cheat. And probably have succeeded. I don't think that you have that many problems with the bass tournaments. Just because of the timestamp and all that. And if they have any questions about the fish at all, they throw it out. So I don't think we had that kind of problem in the bass world. Hey, Lickety Split, how you doing? It's good to see you here today. Oh, yeah, they do use a respectable app. They use, at least most of the bass tournaments are using Tournament X. And Tournament X will weed out any of those people trying to cheat right out of there. Because if there's any questions about the fish at all, the actual app will not accept the fish. Hey, via Hook, would you like to come up here? Somebody got caught doing it on John Votes. Yeah, it's like that organization I had the other day, that Yak Bassin. I'm going to try to fish their tournaments this year, but you do realize that they don't even have a common lake they're all fishing on. Yeah, Vera Hook's always listening to us from work. I have to ask him every day just to see. Okay, Vera Hook, that'd be absolutely awesome. Oh yeah, I used to fish the hell out of St. John's and D-Land. Yeah, I'm gonna try the tournaments and see what it's like. I still don't know how Arizona bass are going to compete with California bass. It's just, that's mind blowing to me. What do you guys think? Do you think Arizona bass can compete with the Californian bass? Yeah, I totally believe that. Even I got the map here somewhere. Let me go pull up that map again. I think even my region, I think I'm in a good state for my region, but I'm not. This is the Yak. Oh, this takes a while. I don't know why my computer's running so slow today, guys. I'm sorry. Desktop. Let's try stretch the screen. unstretch that a little bit. So, yeah, see, you got Michigan. So I'll be fishing against people in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Montana, and Wyoming. There, I think I have a fair chance to win that. But I'm not too sure. And, yeah, I think Cali should have been grouped in with Texas and Florida, too. There should be some sort of scaling to averages to determine the overall winner. I don't know about that. I mean, I can go out there and catch a large bass, and it would work really good. Michigan rules in that region. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm not sure about Nebraska. That's the only state I'd be worried about. And then the Mississippi Basin in Wisconsin, Minnesota. Oh yeah, Ohio's excellent for walleye. Yeah, it's really good bass fishing down there too. Hey, what up, Cod Fishing 180? So not there yet is now the Stream Boss guys. Anyone want to take that away from them? I'm trying to get different level anglers on here, guys, and guy knows what he's talking about. So who's ready for tomorrow to watch me go out and catch some salmon? Type a 2 in the chat if you want to see me catch a salmon tomorrow. See if anyone wants to see me catch a salmon. Was born with worms. I am doing pretty good, Andrew Fisherman. Oh, Andrew Fisherman wants to see me catch a salmon. Spot, spot, spot. I will be doing I'm going to try doing it live while I'm going to be recording it for a video. I don't know if the spot I have is going to have good service. I hope it does. If it has good service, I will be live for a good portion of it. Oh, come on. Why is it saying error? Yeah, I think it's cool how they break it down into evens, but into regions. But I'm not sure. Some of the states where they put it, I'm not sure if those are all competitive. Because I already know exactly how I'm going to fish the Yak and Bass's tournaments. I'm going to probably spend my tournaments fishing the on the Osable River in the river basin there into those little pockets they have, because they have absolutely monsters largemouth back there, and that's what I plan on doing. Via Hook says I'd go against Florida if it was MLF rules. Totally agree with you. I think I like the. I asked him why I didn't do MLF rules, and I totally agree with Via Hook. You could do a nationwide tournament that way, but without the MLF rules, a couple states would completely dominate the home tournaments. 2-hour limit. Yeah, I mean, you get 2 days. I mean, I can go fish that one day, and if it don't work out, I'll just go out the next day somewhere else. See if I can figure out why I'm not fitting into this on my screen. No, I need to go down a little bit there. There we go. Now I'm back to where you guys can see me properly. What bait casters I use is Avi Garcia Rebels. Those are my bait casters. Yeah, you get 2 days. They give you the whole weekend. They schedule the tournament, and then they give you the weekend to fish. Any lake you want. With that, my head just starts spinning. I mean, I know in 2 days I can find a lake that produces 5 5-pounders. I mean, there's no time limit on there. I mean, I can fish 8 hours or 12 hours one day, go fish 12 hours the next day. K and CW. Hi, everyone. Minnesota's record unofficial is only 9.5 pounds. We average 5.6 on good days, but we can't fish bass until after the spawns. Not like others and in the Midwest where they're 10 pounds. In the West, huge. Yeah, here in Michigan, our state records what. These are official state records. I got them right here. It's like 11.5 pounds for largemouth and 10 pounds for a smallmouth. And that's our state records. But, I mean, there's lakes here where I can go in there and catching 5-pound bass is not out of the question. And 1 8-pound in there. Yeah, our state record, this is the official records right here for the state. Our official record largemouth bass is 11 pounds, 15 ounces. And our record bass for smallmouth is 9 pounds, 15 ounces, and 7/10. So basically a 10-pound smallmouth bass is our state record. And that's official records. It's been weighed in, and that's been so I think in this the Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, I think are close. But the North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and then Montana. Texas state record is 18-18. That's a huge bass. Yeah, well, you guys have some of the best bass fishing lakes in the world down there in Texas. Not what MD is. Some are big bass, man. Oh yeah, Indiana has some absolutely huge ones. I don't think Indiana was in that zone. Let me pull that zone back up. Oh, I deleted it. I don't think Indiana was in the zone. I hope it's not. You know, I already paid for my tournaments for the year. Yeah, Indiana is not in the zone. Here's that zone for that tournament, for that group again. This is over here for you guys to see me. As you can see, Michigan is with Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Maine, Minnesota, North, South Dakota, and Nebraska, Montana, and Wyoming. Indiana, it looks like it's competing with the Northeast. Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio. Yeah. That's what I'm assuming is they're going by how big the fish get in those areas, but I still don't. I don't know if I would be putting California in the same league as Arizona or Utah. Oh, we're just talking bass fishing today. And welcome the Mojo Boy to the stream. I want to welcome him. Thanks for coming today, man. Oh, man, that's a big 18-3. Wow. Bass. Where do you live, Via Hook? I'm coming to your house. Yeah, the colder the water is, the smaller the bass. That's completely true because it lowers their growing season. Yeah, I don't know. I need to go to South Carolina and do some fishing. Oh. One of the places that has absolutely huge bass is Mexico. That Mojo Boy that's a great channel, guys. Make sure you check out the Mojo Boy out. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I know they laugh at 7-pounders in Mexico. Everything's bigger in Mexico, it seems. Oh, that's a big bass, 9.5, and Loch Laven Lake in my town, Apple Valley. See, that's that's a hog. That's a big bass. And I know one thing which I absolutely love doing is I love finding the break points, and I'll look for timber or anything along those break points. And that's the areas I am searching. I like how the sun's coming off my face. It makes it look like I'm sitting in a picture. To me, 5 is more big. Yeah, I don't know. If I get hooked into one of these salmon get pretty big in the river. Yeah, Maryland's state record is 11 pounds, 6 ounces out of a private pond. Andrew Fisherman. That Mojo Boy is from, if I remember right, North Carolina. There's some really big bass down there. I want to go fishing in Georgia sometime. I don't know. In Michigan, private ponds do not count towards records. Well, they did. I thought you said about April 16th. That's when I'm scheduling my first fishing day for suckers. I'm going to go out and catch a bunch of suckers on stream. Yeah, you guys will get a chance to see me wrestle with some really big suckers, guys. We got really big suckers here in Michigan. I want to get hooked into some of those 40, 50-pound red horses we have because I've seen those huge fish. That would be absolutely awesome to hook them with something like that. Oh, maybe next weekend I'll go out and do some sucker fishing, guys. Wow, that is a big fish. Yeah, I know that, but you can't catch them. I can catch them, but I have to release them. Yeah, I'm hoping I do good small salmon fishing. I just hope I don't get rained out because it's supposed to have rain in the afternoon. So we're going to try getting early at the find place of selling the spawn, go buy spawn, and see what I can do. So tomorrow's I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna be live on the water. I got the Streamlabs running for you. We're gonna still have a stream boss, and I'll be view counts, guys. Oh yeah, and I wish we could here in Michigan, but walleye season doesn't open till. I told people I can't go fish these. I can't even fish them. This is the book here. Let's go. But here's all my seasons. I cannot fish for walleye until May 15th. And here's my rules. So I really can't even target walleye to the 15th of May. Yeah, I'm going to stop at Wellman Small and see if I can get some spawn. Okay, have fun, the Mojo Boy. I'm going to take 3 rods out there and see if I can catch some fish. I want to catch a really big monster tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome that you're around there. Yeah, if I was going out in Lake Huron, but I don't feel like going out in that big lake. Oh, yeah, we have rules of when and what we can fish. Yeah, I need to get my kayak, guys. So if you guys want to help me get my kayak, you can always donate. Every penny helps, guys. Well, I'm not going to blank out today. Oh, yeah, we even have a small season. They tell us when and what we can fish for when. Yeah, they changed our limit from 50 yellow perch to 25. Yeah, and I totally agree with that. That some of these seasons are getting ridiculous. Oh yeah, and I know that's what they're doing. Other suckers, I can catch as many of them as I want and keep as many as them as I want. I just don't know what I'd do with them. Oh yeah, I can't wait to get out and start the. It's like I'm gonna be out fishing for trout. See here, last Saturday in April. Looks like when all my stuff opens up for trout. Oh yeah. And that's the way it is. Is I think it's the key to try to preserve the fish a little bit. Yeah, Andrew, do you guys have to get fishing licenses there? Oh, big time. What do you have to buy a license for every type of fish? Yeah, I can't wait until bass season gets here. I can get some. We'll do some live from the kayak. That's something I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on getting out there and catching lots of fish for you guys this year. Is anyone interested in watching me fish for 8 straight hours on a kayak? See if I can flip. Yeah, here in the States, Andrew, you have to buy a license for every single state you go to. It gets really expensive, especially if you fish multiple states in a year. And sometimes each state has a special license that you need for special types of fish. Wow. You still don't use a fish finder. Yeah, that's the same in the United States. Every state has its own rules, regulations, and what you can and cannot do. And every year, the worst part of it is they're always changing stuff. This is a 2019, and I'll show you guys. I mean, there's like 3 pages of new regulations or regulations they've changed. Here, this whole page is new. And then you just keep going on and on and on. There's lots to write on this page, all new stuff. Hey, Fishing the Mitten TV, welcome. I want to thank you for coming today. I know you're stopping in from work, but it's absolutely awesome that you're here. Kinda. They change a little bit of everything every single year. You really gotta read through the book at least once to make sure you got all the new stuff. It's okay. Fishing the Mitten TV. We're still kind of doing Bass Tuesday. Yeah. Cameras as long as you stay out of the water. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a way to film underneath the kayak. What I want to do is film a bass on its bed, and we pitching a lure out there and watching the bass come pick it up. Oh yeah, there's new rules in there Fishing the Mitten TV. There's a lot of new stuff that's came down. Only allowed to keep 25 perch now instead of 50, and I mean there's red all through this whole book. You can't even see it. Awesome, not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to get a bunch of scenery shots for you guys this year. And I don't know. I mean, I'm going to do 8 hours of filming every time I go out from 3 different cameras. So I'm only going to put up like 10, 15 minutes of film and then store the rest for the winter. So you'll always have fishing adventures coming up. Okay, Cod Fishing 180. Thanks for coming today. Hey, Mama Crawl, how you doing? What fruit goes in chocolate pudding that makes it taste so good? I don't know. What fruit can go in chocolate pudding? Hey, Reynolds Craft Fishing, how you doing? Yeah, Reynolds Craft Fishing. Today is on Bass Tuesday. Yeah, fishing without electronics. I don't know. I do good map studies, so I'll still know kind of where the breaks are. Well, your muskie $100 challenge, yeah, that I don't know. Muskie fishing in total is kind of hard because it takes a lot of casts just to catch one muskie. It takes like 10,000 casts to catch one. At least that's been my experience. I have some lakes here where it doesn't quite take that many because they're smaller and they stock them, but that is absolutely fun. Oh yeah, I'd have to take a look and see what a musky buzzard is. Andrew Fisherman. Have I ever put a living bass in my mouth? No, I cannot say I have. That would be interesting. Pretty wiggly. But I absolutely love catching bass, though. We can't wait till the season starts. So when was the last time you guys went fishing? Well, a week ago, yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to get out there. I'm like so excited for tomorrow to be out there fishing. Yeah, how windy has it been there? I know it's getting into the winter there. Man, where do all these people come from? Yeah. There. Yeah, I'm making some of you guys some moderators in here. There we go. AMD Outdoors, I gave you that mod. Yeah, I know. It's hard for me to get to the chat, guys. I'm running this over the OBS platform. What's up with all the trolls, guys? A lot of times, if you leave the trolls alone, they just go away. I was reading some psychology stuff on them. Yeah, I know. They have no life, and they just want to go around making people feel bad about themselves. I just find by giving them no credit, paying no attention to them at all, they go find someone else to bug. But I just add you two to the moderator list. You guys are in here all the time. I did give him a wrench, Dad. Yeah, I feel bad for him a lot of times. Hey, welcome to today's edition, guys. And welcome to the stream. Welcome to the party, man. How long you been lurking? Oh, you've been here listening for the last hour? Wow. I was ignoring them. I lurk all over the place. People just don't realize it. Oh yeah, KCW. Yeah, I was just trying to do. I was just trying not to say nothing, not giving them that pleasure. Oh yeah. Yeah. I really just let my mods take care of the chat, and if they want to get rid of them, they get rid of them. Why I have good moderators. It's why I pick great people for moderators. Because I'm over here giving out moderators, and I've kind of left my OBS behind. Yeah, we only got about 20 minutes left here, guys, and I'm going to get off here for the day. I'm going to go do some work. I'm working on trying to launch my website. I got some meetings today. I'm getting new apparel made. My apparel is going to be actually made by a local company. And then when you guys purchase it there, it's going to look really good. That's good. You're working hard. I'm glad you are. And my website, I'm going to have other things coming out. There's going to be so much stuff on there that you guys have that I haven't. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Yeah, full show with 5 feet of snow. Oh, our snow's almost melted now. It's melting pretty fast out there. It's 41. Yeah, that's no good. I wonder how much that's going to cost them, Dad. We have 11 people in the house, guys, so it's absolutely awesome. Here's the thing: I hope when those trolls come in here, they're forced to watch some of those commercials, because I have my commercial set that you have to watch them for some. Hey, do you guys watch the ads when you come in? Because that's a good way to show your support for the channel that you're watching. Just to make sure you watch the whole ad, unless it's a 15-minute ad, and skip it. Oh, yeah, they got out. I talked to James this morning, guys. He's doing pretty good. And tomorrow I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna go to the bait shop, buy the bait, and then I'll be live right after that. Might walk out to where I'm fishing before I go live. I want to save as much of the battery as I can. Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. It sounds like you're gonna have a lot of fun, KNCW. And thanks, MD Outdoors. And I don't know. I'm thinking of putting those people have to watch them. Put only the non-skippable ads on there because I think it'd help with the trolls. Because the trolls wouldn't. I don't think would like to have to watch every video. Oh, Andrew Fisherman. Every Tuesday. At 11:45 is the start of the show. But my morning shows are going to be moving. I'm changing things up on my channel. I'm going to a more of a actual, the interviews are going to turn into actual videos and probably won't be live. And then we're also going to be the shows are moving earlier into the morning, but I can get out and do more fishing. And it's not interfering in the middle of the day. I think a lot of my numbers are down because it's getting really nice outside, and I got this 10 a.m. slot, and everyone wants to be outside doing stuff. They don't want to be here listening to me. I am trying to get the Pelican Hydro Wave. I'll pull it up. Let me pull it up. Here is the let me pull this up. I'll show you guys what I'm trying to get. Oh, not that bad. They're like 1,500. Here, let me share this with you guys. And I'm trying to get this, the Hydro Wave here, the $1,499. It's the Hydro Wave system. Good on the back. And that is the boat I'm trying to get for this season. I probably use it 2 or 3 seasons, so it'll pay for itself. Yeah, I know, and I know it'd be horrible to do that, but I think the trolls would get discouraged if every time they wanted to bring in a different account, they had to watch an ad. Yeah, it's a very nice kayak, guys. It's $1,500 though. And then for a hydro drive, that's really cheap. I mean, the only other systems that use the hydro drive is the Hobies. Yeah, I'll go back in. And it's a very quiet one. It's the flappers go right up where you can go over shallow weeds. It's a nice kayak for the price. Only $1,500. I don't think I'm going to beat that on the market. Yeah, hobbies are savagely expensive. But at the same time, it's going to be I'm going to film on there all year long. So I'll and probably use it for 2-3 years until I wear it out. There we go. I need to come back to this screen. And the advantage. Yeah, that one right there. I mean, it's got the same drive system as a Hobie. Yeah, it's the same exact boat, pretty much. Just insane. It's $1,000. It's $1,000 cheaper, guys. I mean, I win 1 or 2 tournaments. I pay for it. Yeah, it does. It gives me an excuse to use it all the time. Plus, it gives you lots of good exercises, like riding a bike. Yeah, your last ride it cost $800. Yeah, and I understand that it's hard to pay a lot of money out, but it's a nice boat. Back to looking at everything in backwards and upside down and there we go. That's better. I'll just look at the OBS page. Oh yeah, that's absolutely awesome. You won your Hobie Mirage. Those things are insanely expensive. Any grass showing yet? Yeah, but it's brown. Well, we still have a lot of ice on the ground. Yeah, there's no snow showing yet at my dad's house. But I'm more inland, so it's more warm here. It's warmer here. Yeah, you're doing a really good work outside. Yeah, and if you want good equipment, you have to be willing to pay out. Still have 5 inches in hail in the woods. Wow. It's amazing the difference in the weather is just in a short period of time. But that's also the difference between being next to the ocean and then being inland. The water warms up the air here and it keeps it warmer. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here. I want to thank everyone for coming today. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Next week, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet for Bass Tuesday. I'll figure it out. But let's have a good day, guys. Bye.